Okay, today we're going to talk about a whole new way of looking at the human body. We're going to move beyond seeing it as just a collection of parts and really start to understand it as this incredible interconnected system that it truly is.
But first, let's kick things off with a mystery. A mystery that I'm pretty sure many, if not all of us, have experienced. Why is it that some aches and pains just will not leave, no matter what you throw at them?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. That nagging, relentless knot between your shoulder blades. So you stretch it, you get a massage, you focus all your energy on that one single spot. And yeah, it feels better for a day, maybe two if you're lucky, but then it always comes back. And the assumption is so simple. The pain is in the muscle, so the problem must be the muscle. But what if that whole idea is just wrong? This really reframes the entire approach. The old view treats the body like it's a car, right? A part gets noisy, you find the broken part, and you replace it. It's a machine. But this new view sees the body as an ecosystem. And in an ecosystem, you don't just look at the one wilting plant. You look at the soil, you look at the water, the sunlight. You have to look for the underlying drivers that are actually creating the problem.
And this quote just nails it. The place where you feel the pain is so often just the victim. It's the spot where the stress from the entire system finally decides to bubble up and make itself known. The symptom is not the source.
So, to solve the mystery of our stubborn shoulder pain, we kind of have to become detectives. We've got to look past the obvious symptom and start investigating the hidden layers of command and control that are really running the show behind the scenes.
First up, we have the control layer, your nervous system. Now, this is so much more than just wiring. It's the master coordinator. It decides how you move, and, this is critical, it regulates muscle tone. That feeling of tightness you get, a lot of the time, that's just your nervous system putting the brakes on as a protective strategy. It's not that the muscle is physically short, it's that your brain is telling it, hey, stay on high alert.
Next is the supply layer. Think of this as your body's entire fluid system. It's basically the internal logistics network, the FedEx and Amazon Prime, delivering fuel and clearing out all the metabolic waste. And if that circulation gets sluggish, often just because of inactivity, well, tissues get congested. They get stiff, and they become a lot more sensitive. So the big point here is that movement isn't just for muscles. It's absolutely essential for keeping those supply lines open.
And finally, we have the regulatory layer, which you can think of as your systemic state. This is your internal environment, and it's governed by things like stress hormones and especially your quality of sleep. If you're chronically stressed or sleeping terribly, your entire system just has a lower capacity to handle, well, anything. It can't recover as well. It's like trying to run a performance engine on bad fuel. Everything becomes harder.
Okay, so we've got these three layers: control, supply, and regulatory. How does all of this help us solve our original mystery? Let's take this framework and apply it directly to that nagging pain between the shoulder blades. Here is how it all comes together. Step 1, you've got the symptom, that painful muscle, the rhomboid. But step 2, you look for the mechanical driver. Maybe it's a stiff mid-back, from sitting all day. Because your spine isn't moving well, the small muscles around your shoulder blade are forced to do a job they were never designed for. Then, you add a systemic amplifier, high stress, which tells your nervous system to ramp up that protective muscle tension. And what's the result? It's a system-wide problem that's just expressing itself in one tiny overloaded spot.
And this brings us to what might be the most important distinction of all: the driver versus the symptom. The symptom is the smoke. It's the overloaded muscle that you feel. The driver is the fire, the stiff spine, the bad posture, the systemic stress that created the overload in the first place. Chasing the symptom is like just fanning away smoke while completely ignoring the fire.
So, what does this all mean for us, really? It gives us a completely new operating manual for our own bodies. The goal is no longer just to find and press on the painful tissue. The real goal is to understand the pattern that's creating the problem from the get-go.
And this new manual lets us ask a much better set of questions. Instead of just asking, what muscle is this, we start asking things like, what mechanical pattern is putting stress on it? How is my stress from my sleep affecting its sensitivity? And maybe most importantly, why is this specific pattern showing up right now? And that leaves us with the ultimate takeaway. The most powerful question you can ask about your body isn't what is it? It's why is this system being repeatedly overloaded? Because when you start asking that question, you finally stop chasing symptoms and you start finding real solutions.